Hello guys. My name is Blessing, and my name is Blessing Dirwai, and I'm a final year student, and I'm still trying to bag that degree. But in all my pursuit of obtaining this statistical degree, I've been in and about trying to learn the world of forex, and I've realized that there's so much untapped potential that's there in the forex world. Many people believe forex is a gambling thing, and they would say that 99% of people who attempt forex actually fail, but I beg to differ. you know I feel like once you have proper education, or like proper informative information on how the forex markets actually work, and had a chance to be mentored through it, then I believe that it's possible. And the other thing, why most people think it's a gamble is because if you look at the stats don't lie. Hey, we could check the stats. How many forex traders are successful? You see, the stats are terrible. They're very terrible. So it's like the forex trading is popular way to make money, but it's also a risky business. Why many people start forex trading in the hope of getting rich quick? Yeah, but the reality is that most forex traders fail. So how many people actually succeed? Well, the exact number is difficult to say, but estimates range from 5 to 10%, right? Well, 5 to 10% I do understand, but then in the end, I'd like to believe that this 5 to 10% is mostly people who never pursued that much in life. I mean, like, it's people who had the chance to drop out in high school and pursue trading, right? But I believe, really the case that we have business analysts, financial analysts, quantitative analysts, even statisticians, mathematicians, doctors, even as long as you've done some form of high technical qualification, be it at university or other, I believe that you have a critical skill that could what help you understand the forex markets better, from a better perspective, such that these stats can actually decrease, so that maybe it will be like 15 to 20 or 20 to 30% of people are actually successful. But anyway, so my aim here is to give you guys a feel of what I'm trying to do. So this is my funding certificate. It's a phase one challenge. I passed the phase one challenge, but the problem is I didn't pass the phase two. But right now, my current challenge is I actually don't have money to finance to buy challenges, right? So this is how the prop firm industry works. So if you these are prop firms. This one is called the 5%ers. So what they do is they offer challenges, like this one is called the high stakes challenge. And the high stakes challenge, what you do is you buy an account. You can say you want to click a 5K account, you want to buy a 5K account. So they give you maximum trading period, which is unlimited, and they give you a number of minimum days that you must be profits, that you must that you must do in order to go to the next phase. So they have stage one, step one, step two, and then after this stage, you're now a high stakes trader now. So in a nutshell, what it's like you're offering a service, right? These prop firm companies, they are looking for traders who know how to manage risk, who know how to trade funds, and in return, they are paid 80 to 900% of the returns that they make on the account size they've chosen. So me choosing a 5K account, which means that I must be able to demonstrate that I can maintain a daily loss of 5% of the account size, and I can maintain a maximum loss of 10% whilst hitting a profit target of 8%. So the cost for me to be able to access the details to trade this account will be $39. And if when I pass stage one, I show them I can achieve 8%, I go to the next stage, show them I can make 5%. And then after that, I'm in the scaling program. They have a scaling program, and then I get refunded the amount I initially invested. So the profit, the reward after then, when I get the funded account, I start trading it and I get paid 80 to 100% of the profits depending on the scaling in. So this is one company of many, and yeah, they are very reliable. They've been in this game for in 2016 and they're here to stay. So you can go as far as a 20k account if you can afford it. It's costing 165. A 60k account is gonna cost 300, and a 100k account it's gonna cost 495, basically 500. So the trading conditions are the same. Still maintain 5% daily loss, and then profit target 8%, and then pass phase 1 and phase 2, and then you're done. So the way I want to do it is that I currently have a challenge that's I'm not able to procure funds. So accessing funds, since I'm still in uni, getting this 5k to buy this $39 account is quite a challenge. So which is why I'm actually hopeful that things can work out, and if I can manage to get funds, then things can turn around, because I've realized school is important, but it can only get you as far as it can get you, right? So we could say, like in South Africa, the the basics average salary in South Africa is about 25,000, right? And 25,000 is not a lot of money though. But then if someone has a 20k account and they pass it, well, 20k, and they make 10% of the 20k account, that's 20,000, and they make just 10% of their account size. That's $2,000, and they get paid their cut of 80%. That's 1,600. Multiply that by the current rate, $1 is about 18.3 rands. That's 29,000 already. With one account, you already matching, and this is more than job entry, So this is my proposal. My proposal is I start here, you see. So if I was gonna get access to get $300, right? So $300 is 200 investment in buying the prop firm accounts. So I'll be buying the 5%ers. I'll be buying, because the 5%ers is $39, so roughly $49. I'll buy 5 accounts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, and that's 40 by 5. That will give us the 200, and I'll also invest $100 into data. So this is generally that. So it's generally that plus this, multiplied by the current exchange rate, about 18.4. That will give me like 5,500. So which is why 5,500, I feel like 5,500 can change someone's life. So the only reason I'm confident about this is because I've learned how to manage my risk, psychology, and risk management, and scaling, and this is actually proof that I've been in this game. So this is from the Funded Trader. It's just a certificate of achievement, but it shows that Blessing Leroy has successfully passed the phase 1 of the Dragon Challenge by demonstrating exceptional trading abilities whilst maintaining a professional level of risk management. The account size was 5,000 as well, and I got it on January the 31st, 2024. But I think I started trading this account like on the 20th of January. So in less than like 9 days, I had passed phase 1. So generally, if we come to this dashboard, right, we can see that here we've got the cost of the account, we've got the account size, the model, the first payout, and the second payout, right? So say we invest $200 to buy 5 accounts, and I also have the data to trade for the following months that I'll be trading. So 5,500 rands invested, right? Now with an investment of that, this is the model. So I buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts. Now say I pass the first account, right? Like I buy first account and I pass, which is most likely to happen. The first payout will be a level of the first payout is worked out as follows, where I'm also saying in the first payout I'm with an account size of 5,000. I make 10%, and then I get paid 80. I get to keep 80% of the profits. That's 400. So I know I can make 400, and 400 is 10%, but I know that I can make 20% a month. That's my return, because 10% is in a week. So this is my return. I'm comfortable to know that I can make 20% a month. So this means it's 400 times 2, and that's 800, right? So which is why here there's 800. So the formula is in there. So now this is the case where I buy a challenge, I pass, first payout 800, right? First payout, and then after that I would use this 800, and then I would reinvest the 800. I would reinvest 50% of the 800, which means I'll be reinvesting 400 of the whole 800. I reinvest 400. So 400 is gonna go back into the investment plan, where I'll actually come back to the challenge. So I've passed one account here. I'll go buy another one for 20k, and the 20k costs 165. So from the 400 I want to invest there, I'm gonna buy 2 accounts. That's gonna cost 330. So this is in the second model. This is me scaling up, right? So I reinvest into a bigger account size of 20k, and each account costs 165, and then I'll buy 2 accounts. So from this whole model, I'll say that I'll buy 2 accounts, right? So I buy the first account, it fails, I don't pass it, and then I reinvest the other. I buy the first account, 165 gone, because if you fail a challenge you won't get refunded. And then I pass the second one, my second try, and I pass. Now that means my first payout after backing 20%, and my first payout will be 3,200, and because the account size is of 20,000, so I reinvest 50,000 and I get 1,600. So just to reiterate where the 3,200 is coming from, 3,200 is coming from, this is now a $20,000 account, and I'm making 10%, and then I also get paid my cut of 80%, and I get to make 1,600, and that's 10%. But I know I can make 20%, so that's times 2 in a month, and I can get a payout of 3,200. So I then get to reinvest 1,600, and if I get to reinvest 1,600, that means I can even scale up more. So I'll be scaling up and reinvesting a bigger account size of 60k. Now let's go look at the 60k account. The 60k account is this account, right? And it's gonna cost us $300, right? So from the reinvestment of 1,600, if I divide that by if I say I'm reinvesting 1,600, if I reinvest the 1,600 and I divide it by 300 per account, that means 5.3, right? I can actually buy 5 accounts for 560k accounts, and I try till I fail. Although I know my win rate will be high, so I won't fail all 5 challenges. But in that case, this means I can scale down here, come to the 60k, and instead of I buy 1 account and I pass the first time, or I buy the first one and I fail, no account. I attempt the second one and I fail, no account, and then finally on the third try, I do again, I fail. I take the fourth account, I fail. Then I take the last account, and I finally pass. So now that means on that fifth account, I would have made 9,600, which is 20%, and I get to reinvest 4,800. So the amount I've invested 1,500 for 5 accounts at 300 each, and I've made a return of 9,600, but I reinvest 4,800. So already, like, each time I'm saying this, I'm actually getting to keep half of my returns and just reinvest half of it to make more. So now I've got 4,800, right? 4,800, that's afloat. And then now this 4,800, I will take it again and reinvest. So how many accounts can I buy for 4,800? For 4,800, I can come again, buy the 100k account, and this 100k account is gonna cost me 4,950. So I just scaled that up to 500. So what I'm saying is, from the money that we've are reinvesting in the business, we have 4,800, and we divide that by 500. Now I can buy 9 accounts, right? And 9 accounts until I pass. So for the whole 4,800 will be gone to investment. And then say I buy the first one, I fail. Second one, I fail. Third one, I fail. Fourth one, I fail. And then finally I pass. Let's say that's the 9th one, and then I pass it. I pass that one account. Now I have 1 account out of 9, right? Now that means a 20% payout will pay me 16,000, and I reinvest 8,000. So already, that how much have I invested? I've invested 4,800, right? I've invested 4,800, and I've made 8,000 more, right? But I get to reinvest 8,000. So I've made 16,000 of the 4,800, and I get to reinvest the 8,000. So my point here is that this is me failing, right? But what if I'm actually doing well? So like the initial amount that we had here, this 5k account, I start there, I pass this one, I pass the other one, I pass the other one, and I pass the other one, and then I pass all 5 challenges, right? So if I pass all 5 challenges, that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, each contributing 8,000. So that's 2,000, right? Now this 2,000, I can actually then come and then scale up with the 2,000. And now instead of buying 2 account challenges because I'll be now reinvesting 50%. So 50% of this amount is supposed to be 4,000. So I'll be reinvesting 2,000. And if I reinvest 2,000, that means I can actually come and say 2,000 divided by the 165, because that's the cost of a 20k account, and I can buy 12 20k accounts, right? But then here, instead of buying 12, I'll just buy 5, like the initial model, how the initial model was working. So in the initial model, now I get to say, okay, I buy 5 accounts from the 12, so it means I can keep more of the profits. I pass the first one, I pass the second one, I pass the third one, I pass the fourth one, I pass the fifth one. Right, now we have 20k times 5. We now have 100,000 in funding, right? And then now that 100,000, I can say I've made a reinvestment of 8,000, right? And already look at my return on investment. My return on investment is about 2,400 already. So like, let me my return on investment is already like 240. So without all that, with just 1 account passed, my return on investment is 4,800, because I'm saying I invested 330 for one hour for two accounts, and made the return, and the investment was 330. So it's with the profit that I've made, because I reinvest the other one, and I get to keep 330. So now we're saying if I actually was gonna pass these ones, this is now 8,000, right? So 8,000, I reinvest 8,000, get to keep the other 8,000, and I come here on the 60k account. Say I just buy 5 of them, and I'm just pass 2 as well, or 3, and I just lay low like that. So now I have 9,000, 9,000, 9,000. I'm making 14,000, and then with this 14,000, I can easily come and afford the 100k accounts, which are costing 500, right? So from that whole 14,000 that I'm reinvesting, I can definitely afford to fill up this whole thing. So let's say I'm fully funded with accounts here. That means I'm now earning 40,000, right? The reinvestment, the amount I have to reinvest is 40,000. And now with 40,000 as a reinvestment, I'm getting to keep 40,000, right? Now, these prop firms, you can get maximum funding of the whole prop firm amount. So I'm saying on an average, each prop firm can actually give you like 200k in funding, right? So I'll just make sure this amount I'm reinvesting, I'll fill up all these things with prop firms of 200k. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And now each prop firm is giving me a 20% return, or of 20% payout of 32,000, right? I mean 3,200, which is $32,000, 32,000. And I'm now, instead of reinvesting, because at this point there's no point of reinvesting, so this formula would just change to sum, and now I'm making 160,000, right? And at this point I'm no longer reinvesting, because I have the accounts, I get to keep them indefinitely. And here I'm no longer also reinvesting, I'm keeping that. So there's 80,000 here, and then here there's also the whole amount, no reinvestment, 28,000, and the other ones here, no reinvestment as well, get to keep the whole amount, 16,000. So you can clearly see we've got 16,000 coming from here, we've got 28,000, and we've got 80,000, and we've got 160,000. So in the long run, I can merge some of these accounts, right, so that they can just be one whole big account, and I can just trade these two accounts. So now you see the return on investment is 3,200%, right? 3,200%, and that's something I wanna hint out, right? So many businesses, they aren't even making a return on investment of 80%, right? So I asked ChatGPT, and I asked it that what is the normal rate of return in the business world, and said the average rate of return can significantly depend on the industry and type of investment. Yes, so the stock market has an average ROI of 7 to 10% per year over the long term. And then it also said the real estate has an average rate of return on investment of 8 to 12%, and small businesses actually have an ROI of 20 to 30% per year, and this can be highly variable, right? So it's actually quite true that no industry does offer a lucrative return on investment of more than like 60%, but clearly you can see that from the initial investment that you guys would probably help me with, or anything like that, or the investment that I get, right? If I was to fail all these other prop firms from the initial investment of the $200, and then I managed to get the first payout, just the first payout, or like, let me do like this, I fail, and I finally pass on my last attempt, and I make that 800, and I make it to the 800 payout, and I reinvest that 400. Already the return on investment is it's equals to investment over the net profit over the amount invested. So the amount that we've invested $300. I mean, we the profit that we've made before I reinvest, because I'm gonna reinvest into the business. But before I reinvest into the business, I've made 800, and I divide that by 300, right? And we multiply that by 100. So that's 266% return on investment. And say I then decide to reinvest. So when I reinvest the 800, I reinvest half of it. So I reinvest 400, and I divide that by the amount I started with, capital 300, and I multiplied. So it's 400 divided by amount invested 300, and we change that to a percentage. No, that's not it. It's supposed to be 400 net profits divided by 300. Yes, then we change that to a percentage. Oh, okay, not like that, but we multiply that by 100. Okay, 400 divided by 300, so it's 1.3 R. Then multiply that by 100, then we get 133. So the return on investment there is 133, which is supposed to be the net profit divided by the investment of 300, 133%. So imagine 133% on passing one account, and if it was two accounts, it was going to be 267. If it was 3, 400, 4, 667. So by the time I'm going into the 20k account, the return on investment will be 4,800. And for this one, if I get all, $3,200, this one 1,600. But I mean, like, the profits here are like unimaginable. So my whole idea is that in the end, right, I should be managing over like 2 million in funding, right? So if each prop firm can give me a maximum funding of 200,000, and I am managing 10 accounts, and then from those 10 accounts, that's total 2 million, and I'm making just 20% in a month, multiplied by my return of 80% of the profit, I get to make 320,000 in a month. Now with 320,000 in a month, that's a lot of money, and I hope to do like development projects, like building schools, building clinics, building hospitals, road construction, lots of things, like just to grow the economy, like to give back to the community and improve other people's lives as well, and actually educate people on how this Forex marketing works. So the other thing that I would like to say is that this is something I feel like it's possible and it can be done. Other people are doing it. So I'd just like to speak a little bit about where I'm actually, sourcing my education. Most of my education is based on ICT. There's this guy called ICT, and he's the one that I bank my Forex course on. So yeah, if ever you guys want to learn, you can learn from ICT. So there's ICT, the inner circle trader, the engineer and creator of smart money concepts, the ghost machine. I am the mentor of your mentor. So yeah, so as another thing is that this is how I learned to trade. It's lots of videos, but I watched through most of them, and I'm there. I just don't have capital. Yeah, it's quite sad, but I'm happy that I have the knowledge. I'm happy that I have the skill, and I am happy that I have the mindset, and which is why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because I feel like one day is one day, and it's only a matter of time till I also get there. And I'll show you some of the payouts that other people are doing. So there's Discord servers, right? There's Discord servers where people will be posting their payouts, and these companies will be posting also other people's payouts, right? So you can see this one is the Blue Guardian. It's a prop firm. This person has a 100k account, and they make 5%, which is 5,000 payout. 100k 5%. They have a 200k and they just made 7.6%, and they're getting paid 15,000, right? 200k 5.5, they're getting paid 11,000, right? So I hope to manage many accounts, and something like this is what I want one day. I also have to have a certificate with my name with some of these big payouts. So yeah, that's it, guys, and that's my business plan, and that's what I hope to achieve. And one day, my name will be there as well, just as it was on that certificate of achievement. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and